Show and the spectacle that we saw yesterday, but this is far from a local issue.
Absolutely, and State House did put up a major show, and remember there were hitches at some point. There was that video that was supposed to introduce Raila Odinga to the room, and the choreography was quite detailed. You saw how the presidents that were invited were seated first before now the candidate Raila Odinga is introduced. The video could not play. And at some point I expected it to contain or a banner saying Raila the Fifth. And why? Because if elected, he'll be the fifth African Union Commission chairman since the new arrangement came to place. But back to the question of local. This is just good optics because the tough job is yet to start. And the tough work now is to get to the diplomatic space and campaign and convince states to cast their vote in the direction of Raila Odinga. And one of the things that should really inform Kenyans when they are watching these events of Addis Ababa is just remember the election that was contested by former Foreign Affairs Minister, former Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed, where she leads in the first two rounds of the election. I think at some point it was 17-16, and then it moved to 27-26. And then the game changed after that. And after that, she actually lost. And President Uhuru Kenyatta, who had staked so much into the race, was actually among the first presidents to leave Addis Ababa when that vote finally was taken, and showing that Musa Faki had been elected the chairperson. If Raila Odinga is elected, he'll only be the second candidate from the English-speaking Africa, which we'll talk about. It's a big deal what language people speak, what foreign language people speak.
Interesting,
we have to actually specify.
That's right, yeah.
Because the first president, Alpha Umar Konare, who was former president of Mali, and then former prime minister of Gabon, Jean Ping, was the second chairperson. The third chairperson was Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma from South Africa. And then now Musa Faki becomes the fourth. And then now the election will be for the fifth. One thing that you can pick right away that is different about Raila Odinga compared to the previous occupants, all previous occupants were actually foreign affairs ministers at some point, except for President Alpha Umar Konare, who was former president. The rest, Jean Ping was foreign affairs in Gabon. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma was foreign affairs minister. And also, the current chairperson was not just former foreign affairs minister, but actually at some point was prime minister of the Republic of Chad. So there are a lot of other factors now. In fact, the difficult job begins. The tough part of this whole thing begins. I think a lot of effort has been put into providing local optics for this.
Yes.
And we shall talk about that. Remember, not a single local except President William Ruto
will be taking a vote
in the Addis Ababa.
But you know, it's interesting.